All right, so I'm gonna do a full, honest, thorough review on this manual Core Aerator I got from Amazon probably about 3 weeks ago, I wanna say. Now this is my third aerator that I've had. I've used a couple, some are just junk, and this is by far the best for a variety of reasons, and I'll go over that here shortly. Honest review, I'm not sponsored by this product. I got this with my own money, and I already started prepping it, the lawn maybe about 3 to 4 weeks ago, so I cut it low, a couple different segments for that. Did some dethatching in certain areas just to remove, not even necessarily thatch, but a lot of just the dead material, the dead debris that sits on the lawn. And then I think I was cutting it about 2.5. I'd like to get it down more to 2, but we haven't even had any rain. So in probably about, I don't know, at least 2 weeks. And then if we had a little bit, it was not a lot. It was nothing significant before that. But you're always gonna get the best use and make it easier on yourself if it rains, within the last 24 hours because the ground's soft. However, I find that it's a little bit more difficult just because the tines get real messy, and I just don't really care for it. The ground is actually pretty soft as it is for what I'm working with, so I haven't had any issues with it. I've done almost 5,000 square feet in the front yard, almost done with that. A little bit at a time, right? It sounds like a lot. It seems like that's insane, but it's really not if you break it down a little bit, little by little, right? So I wanted to go over this. The first couple I had were garbage, right? These open tines are super nice. They're really sharp. They're put together real nicely. You can tell, and they're obviously open hollow, which is what you want, right? It's not going to clog, and it's not going to get stuck like a lot of them do if they don't have good open hollow tines. So high quality. These are replaceable, and to be honest with you, right out of the box, man, this thing takes the cake, right? I mean, it's got its own special box, special packaging. Came in three parts. Came in, there's a little card here that talks about replacement parts. So if you need to, replace parts, what you need to do for that. The brand is Hageneroy, I think is how you pronounce it. But it came with an Allen wrench and an 8mm open end, which even the little open end wrench just looks like high quality for what it is. So I thought that was really nice. Right off the get-go, good first impression, and the reviews are about 4.7 stars. Amazon is about 40 bucks or so. So this looked like it was the best one. I was really doing my research to make sure I had the best option because I've had a couple junks in the past. Just didn't work. And I was able to do almost my whole front yard already, and I didn't have extra fatigue. So as far as the features on this thing, so it's about 37 inches tall. So it's perfect if you have long legs, you're taller. And it's a little bit taller than some of them. I think some of them are around 34, 35-ish. So it makes a difference, those extra couple inches on this thing. And it's only 3.5 pounds, but it's got this high strength industrial grade steel that it just really looks like a quality piece for serious gardeners only, right? At least that's what it said in the description. But I really like how you can replace these tines very easily, and 2 screws here, 2 screws here, so 4 screws and 3 parts, right? You got your handle, and then you got the midsection and the end piece here. So haven't had any issues with this. The only thing you have to worry about, not even worry about, it's not even, if it was a con, you just got to tighten this up, because as you're using it, this will loosen up a little bit. Not a big deal. It was expected, right? If that's the only con I have, I know I'm doing something right with this. So I really like this thing. It's super easy to use, super comfortable, and it reduces, back pain, neck pain, etc. when you're using it just because of how tall it is, and it's got these thick, ergonomic comfort grip handles. So let's give it a shot, right? Let's see how it works. Don't just take my word for it. So I'm gonna set this up here, and you probably think I'm crazy for doing almost 5,000 square feet. But, like I said, you do a few sections at a time and it's not a big deal. So, I mean, you really, and I'm 5'11", 195 pounds or so, and I don't have any issues with this. The ground it hasn't even rained, right? So, you're not really supposed to wiggle it in the ground because that can kind of ruin the tines. But, I mean, look, you can see what it's pulling up. So it pulls them up nice and, well, I kind of crumpled it up a little bit, but it pulls them up real cleanly. and it just works really well. So I didn't feel any kind of real back strain on this, but maybe it's because I'm not using it for extended periods of time in one sitting. So that's it. Really like this thing. Check this one out from Amazon. It's called Aerators. I think that's how you pronounce it. So stay tuned for more videos. Be sure to like and subscribe. We'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.